the grove to get a little tipsy. Find me a bitty for licky. I just got in a whole brand new bag. I'm rolling around like I missed it. Earlier, jewelry moving like juice. Keep knocking out gold, then it hit me. Look, I just leveled up, I thank God. Straight from the hood.
Hey everybody, Coach Pepper here with another Beatdown breakdown, and today we're going to be looking at the power of the level change. First, we're going to have to clarify what the level change is and what I'm referring to when I'm speaking about it in terms of combat sports. In wrestling, you have 4 lines of defense to protect yourself from attacks. They are your head, your arms, your hips, and finally, your tricks. Now, in order to bypass these first 3 lines of defense, an offensive wrestler will often need to change their levels and drop to a lower stance before shooting in for their takedown. Here we see Jordan Burroughs, perhaps one of the best to ever do it, use this technique. Another great thing about the level change is that since a level change generally means a shot is incoming, it can also work as a feint. Here, we see JB change levels and jump to his right for a single leg, putting his opponent very out of position. Then, he reshoots in with his double leg. Now you might be saying, Gage, what does this have to do with my striking? How can this help me in my sport? Well, the truth is that as cliche as it sounds, the human body can only move so many ways, and some principles are universal in combat sports. Now, every Joe Schmo that's watched the UFC can tell you that wrestling is an integral part of MMA. Here's a prime example of Yoel Romero using a level change to set up a flying knee against Chris Weidman. Now, some background on these 2 fighters. Weidman is an All-American wrestler, and Yoel Romero is a wrestler of the highest order, with a silver medal in the Olympics and wins over legends such as Cael Sanderson. Here we see Yoel Romero take advantage of Chris Weidman's good habit of changing levels with his opponent to defend takedowns to trick him into thinking a shot is coming. As Chris drops his head to defend the wrestling attack, Yoel changes it up and goes high with a brutal flying knee. Here's another example of the level change in MMA, brought to you by the diabolical John Jones. Here we see Johnny Bones change levels and touch the leg, confusing his opponent and dropping his guard. Unfortunately for his opponent, much like the cake, the shot was a lie, and John unleashes a nasty spinning elbow. Now, let's switch gears from MMA and see how the great Canelo Alvarez used level changes to turn the fight against Amir Khan around. Early in the fight, Canelo struggled against Khan's fleet footwork, distance management, and his fast flurry combinations. Canelo was trying to win the airspace battle between him and Khan, but he was never able to really track him down. Then, whenever he did get close enough to Khan and tracked him down, Khan would unleash a flurry of his own, putting Canelo on the back foot. So what was it that Canelo was supposed to do? Canelo changed up his tactics and started changing his levels and going to the body. And here's where Canelo found his opening. You'll notice whenever he would go to the body, Khan would drop his guard and especially his lead arm to try to deflect and deal with the problem. As the fight progressed, Canelo would step in with his lead hand and change levels, going to the body. This repetitive level change attack actually trained Khan to anticipate body shots coming whenever Canelo level changed. Then finally in the 6th round, Canelo sprung his trap and went high instead of low. Canelo's use of the level change and determination gave him the ability to track down the faster fighter and land the deciding strike of the fight. Now to really drive the point home, here's Mestre Bonjazinho, a capoeira master, use a level change of sorts to set up a really cool little throw. Here we see Bonjazinho lunge forward and drop his head low. This prompts his opponent to drop his level with him, similar to the way a wrestler would. But much to his opponent's surprise, Bonjazinho actually leaps over him and attempts an asotagari. So what can we learn from all this level-changing madness? Well, for starters, when faced with the enemy with superior attributes, we need to do our best to face them on our own terms. Also, that we should be utilizing the level change and add it to our repertoire of techniques that opens up our enemy to our attacks. Remember, Napoleon once said, "The battlefield is a scene of constant chaos. The winner will be the one who controls that chaos, both his own and the enemy's." So start changing them levels. On behalf of my friends here at NASA, we'd like to thank you for joining us for another Beatdown Breakdown. We really appreciate you being here. This is Payload Specialist Pepper, signing off.